Kal Kadosh, Boker Or, Mishnah Yomi, Masechet Eduyot, chapter Chet, Perek Chet, yeah, Mishnah Gimel and Dalet, 3 and 4. He'id Rabbi Yoshua, Rabbi Yehuda Memetera, al almanat Isa shikshera lekeuna. So Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Yehuda Memetera testified about the widow of a mixed family. So this is a widow who had been married to a member of a family that might have been a halal, that she's permitted to marry into keuna. Okay, so that means it could be there's a chance that her dead husband was maybe a halal, which will make her forbidden to a kiuna, but she's in fact permitted to a kohen because of two doubts here. First of all, maybe the husband was a halal or not a halal, and even if he was a halal, it was not certain that he was truly a halal, right? Meaning it's almanat isa. Almanat isa means that it's like a dough that we're not really sure. So it's a double safek, right? It's a safek sfeka. So the general rule is, and when you have two sfekot, so we're lenient, and therefore she could get married to a kohen, right? Okay. Shayisak shira. They also testified also that a mixed family. That means basically you have a family that maybe there's a halal there, but we don't know who it is. Is also going to be problem. Which one? He says, what is the Isak Shera? He said they also testify that a mixed family, here we're talking about that includes a possible halal, right? Again, that we don't know is proper. That is, although the possible halal is part of the family, right? We could be like any other family. Which means, right, that before a woman gets married into this family, he has to look into the background to find out whether she is forbidden or permitted, whether or not, right, to distance her or to bring her near. Okay? So he says over here, yeah. The next Tana, he disagrees. Why? He comes and he says, Amar Rabban Gamliel, says Rabban Gamliel, right? Kibalnu adutchem, we accept your testimony, right? That means we believe that you actually heard this from the Chachamim. Aval mat na'asa shegazar b'Yochanan ben Zakkai shelo lo shiba tedinin al kach. What can we do? At the end of the day, right? We're not going to do these things, right? Why? Because at the end of the day, right? We're going to come and they don't let us do these things. Meaning, even though it could be that maybe be'emet you could be lenient, Rabbi Yochanan Zakkai did not allow this. HaKohanim shomim lachem lerachek, aval lo lekarev. So for the Kohanim, they come and they would listen to you only to distance themselves from her, but never to come to permit. Right? That means basically what's happening is that they're being stringent. Right? Why? Because it's a ma'alin, right? To the ma'ala sub yuchsin, that they did a special takana for yuchasin, that they were going to be more stringent. Okay, so because obviously remember that a Kohen, it's very important that he looks for the best genealogy, the best lineage, in order to go up to make sure that there's no tool in his family. So for here, the same thing. That means he said, even though you're right, technically you've got these, double safek, and you could be lenient in that. No, what Mana said, what are we going to do? At the end of the day, we have to be stringent. Okay, that was Mishnah Gimel. Now Mishnah Dalet. Heid Rabbi Yosef ben Yoezer, Ish Sereda. So Rabbi Yosef ben Yoezer, the Levi Sedera, he testified about the Ayal grasshopper, which is basically about the Ayal Kamtza Dachan, that is going to be kosher. Okay? So we were just talking about grasshoppers. I don't remember when. So we just had it. So here you have it.
This morning.
This morning. No, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we speak about it, right?
Yeah,
The chocolate covered grasshoppers.
About the dalet or whatever.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So you have here that it's going to be kosher. Okay. Ve'al mashkebet mitbachaya. And also about the liquids of the butchering place. This is like the blood of the offerings of the different korbanot and the water which was used to rinse their flesh. Dinun dachyan, that it's also going to be taor. Right? They cannot become tameh. Why? Because the liquids can only become tameh midrabanan. And the rabbis did not make any of these decrees in the Bet HaMikdash. Okay, so therefore in the Bet HaMikdash, they said, no, we're not going to make these mashkin tamim, so therefore that's it, it's okay. Udikrav b'mita mistaev. And he testified that one who definitely touched a corpse, right, in a public domain is going to be tameh. Right? Now again, obviously, because if there's a doubt, it's going to be taor. Safek tuma b'rishut rabim is taor. So he says if he mamash touched the corpse, so if it's going to be, even though if it's going to be in a public domain, it's still going to be tameh. So they, however, though, they weren't pleased with his lenient rulings. So they called him the Yosef Sharia, the one that he was permitting everything. Right? Why? Because he started permitting all these things, that all these things were prohibited, and now all of a sudden he's permitting them. So therefore they went. So it says over here that whenever you have a court which permits three things, right, which was previously forbidden, they're called a permissive court. There's a Gemara It's Gimanan Avodah Zarah. That means the same thing. This came Rabbi Yosef, he permitted three things that were previously prohibited. So the fact that he permitted these three things, they called him, Yosef that was the permissible one, the one that permits everything. So the same thing. A person should be careful what's he coming and permitting or not.